Back in Berea, Andrew Berry held his pre-draft press conference 1 week before the Browns finally go on the clock at number 2 overall. And of course, Mary Kay, as the momentum has been building for Travis Hunter was a big topic for Andrew today, and he raved about his elite conditioning and his ability to play on both sides of the ball, even though he did say it feels like they would start him at wide receiver.
Yeah, he is sticking to his guns on that piece of it, even though Travis Hunter came out this week and basically said unless he has a chance to dominate on both sides of the ball, he'd rather not play at all. Of course, Andrew Berry's not going to take that into account. The Browns really like Travis Hunter a lot. What's not to like? He can play on both sides of the ball full time, he thinks. So we'll have to see how that goes if they draft him. But I could see him becoming potentially a Pro Bowler on both sides of the ball. Could you imagine that?
Yeah, do they just have like football player as one of the Pro Bowl positions? Because obviously that's what Travis Hunter wants to do. His big point, though, Ashley, was really the ball skills and maximizing those ball skills that Travis Hunter has and doing it at the receiver position.
Yeah, I think that, to me, has been what we've seen Andrew Berry really stick to his guns about. And I think even going back to the Combine when he first made that comment about seeing him, quote, primarily as a wide receiver, which we know he's gone out of his way, again, to re-emphasize they would see him playing on both sides of the ball. But it's always come down to the ball skills and being able to maximize those, because obviously as a corner, I think when Mary Kay talks about the possibility of him being a Pro Bowler on both sides of the ball, it would be by making those game-changing plays because of those ball skills, getting interceptions, breaking up passes, all of those things. But certainly you would be able to maximize that more with him in your offense alongside a guy like Jerry Jeudy, David Njoku, and catching some passes from whoever is going to be the starting quarterback next season for the Cleveland Browns.
Well, that's a great segue, because let's talk about the quarterback position, because that was the other big topic. Mary Kay, what was your big takeaway from Andrew talking about quarterbacks today?
I would say my biggest takeaway about that is the fact that they are not looking for a guy to come in here and start right away out of this draft. They are totally fine with developing a quarterback for a year or two, and they have a long-term plan. That's what they're thinking about heading in.
Ashley, what did you take away when he talked about QBs?
Yeah, I mean, it just seems like they really don't feel backed into a corner to take somebody and solve that problem right now. And I mean, I think Andrew talked around a lot of things today, as you would expect in a pre-draft press conference, but you certainly don't come away from today with the feeling that, man, they feel a lot of pressure to get this right and to take a guy at number 2. Like, I leave today thinking more along the lines of, it wouldn't shock me the least of all the possibilities if they take Travis Hunter. Like, that is still kind of where I'm thinking at number 2.
Okay, so let me throw this at you guys real quick before we wrap up this video. I came away from this feeling like, could Jaylen Milro be the guy? Andrew seemed to really like his traits. He talked about his rare ability, and we know how Andrew loves guys that have rare abilities, traits. What was it he talked about a few years ago about geese and horses or something like that? He loves traits. And I just came away wondering, and I know we've talked about this a little bit, Mary Kay, it really felt like Jaylen Milro is really going to intrigue Andrew Berry.
Well, I think any team would have to be very intrigued by Jaylen Milro. The fact that he runs a 4.37. Andrew even said that he would come into the NFL as the fastest quarterback, even faster than Lamar Jackson. So it's hard not to look at him and wonder, could he be the next Lamar Jackson? So if I were making the quarterback pick after number 2, I would be focusing probably on Jaylen Milro just because of those traits. And I do believe that Andrew is a traits guy, and they love running quarterbacks. But who knows how long Jaylen Milro will even last? They do like other quarterbacks in this draft, so I can't say that I feel very, very strongly that they would do this, but I'm intrigued by him.
It's just one of those weird things I'm stuck on, Ashley, just him talking about that rare ability. And could that just be too good for him to pass up if it's in the right spot?
Yeah, I mean, he even made the comment about with Jaylen's speed and the testing, like maybe he's the only guy, the only quarterback that would be in the NFL next year that could outrun Lamar Jackson. But I think it's interesting because we always kind of expected this to be the path for Jaylen Milro, that once we got further into testing and all those things, that he was going to test really well because of those traits. And it seems along those lines that his buzz has increased here as we've gotten closer and closer to the draft and further away from some college games when I think people did have more questions about him.
Okay, we'll have full coverage of everything Andrew Berry told us, didn't want to tell us, everything you need to know about this press conference today at cleveland.com/Browns.